Ooh, there is definitely still evidence here. Hey, what's up? What is this?
Someone dragged something across the floor, or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly.
That does not sound good. Torture or some variety? Or, I mean, that probably means we'll want to head in there, yes, but let's just check this first.
Statues of the old gods. Nothing but women. Shapely ones.
Alright, Geralt, that's beside the point. This is different. This is a pile of blood.
Bloodstains.
That's where Fabian lay when they found him.
Okay. What about this? Concerned citizens' sermon? Huh? What is the deal with this? Remember, good people, that fire can be both a blessing and a curse. Fire can warm with its flames. Fire can prepare our nourishment. Fire can drive off the horrors of the dark. Yet fire can also scorch, burn, and incinerate. That is why we must live in harmony with the eternal fire and its commandments. Whoever fails to heed its lessons, whoever lives in ignorance of it, whoever mocks it, the same shall lose his life in its flames. Take my counsel to heart, good people, or you will reap the consequences of your deeds. Okay. Basically just preaching the whole eternal fire thing. Sure. We know that what Hastodi, they're saying, is part of the church and somewhat of a high-ranking person. I mean, these square or box crates, I swear, are just unlootable. Most of the time. Clearly there is something there, but just, it never works. Specifically the shape, this shape right here. Okay, but let's head in. Oh, it's locked though? You gonna let us in?
Mind if I go inside the workshop?
I've not even peeked inside since they found Fabian. But I'll open it for you if you want.
You sure? I don't know, I think we're about to find the skeleton in the closet here. And then he pushed us to the side. I was like, oh man, is he immediately gonna try to fight us? Let's see. Our quest did update here. Examine the woodcarver's workshop using richer senses. Okay. Okay, I just want to make sure we're not missing out on anything by continuing to go further along this path here. There's definitely quest-related stuffs here. That much is clear, but again, I think my general rule of thumb is pick up non-quest things first, just in case. I mean, not that the alcoholic beverages are a huge deal. Come on. You can loot it. Oh, you can. Broken rake and all. Okay, so I'm guessing that's going to be the big thing right there. Let's check this other stuff out, too. Usually the scent trails are quite helpful.
Blood stains, but not near enough to say he bled to death. Unless somebody got rid of the blood. Left a few stains behind.
Huh? Someone cleaned up the blood, but not in full? Yeah, there we go. Hold on. There it is.
Eyes. Humanoid. Completely rotten.
Ooh, well, we did hear / see that the eyes, well, his eyes were removed. So I'm thinking that the torture took place here, including removing the eyes. They removed some of the blood, but not all of it. They brought him out here, and that's where they left him. But he was alive when he got tortured, right? And then they killed him. So I think tortured in here, then brought out here where they killed him. I think that's what happened, but let's see what else we can figure out. Turned over chair. Oh my goodness, this is
Furniture got
convincing
knocked over.
evidence.
This looks like it was kicked.
Was that the big thing that he kicked before he died? Before he kicked the bucket? Maybe he was tortured, abandoned in here, left to die basically, but he was strapped to this chair, but then he was able to kick it over and at least get off of this chair and basically crawl over and out here, and then die? My next guess.
Formaldehyde. Doubt Fabian used it.
Now we know.
Nothing interesting.
Well, we know there was formaldehyde, that he was presumably forced to drink it. Okay.
Aye.
Can we ask you any more questions? We already know exactly what happened. I don't know about that.
Fine. We've talked enough. Won't learn anything else here. Take care.
Not necessarily true. Okay. Then it did the little fade to black, and I was like, oh no, you're gonna kick us out here? Because there were some additional dialogue options about, like, the sculptures, so I was wondering if there was anything else we could examine with them. Doesn't seem like it. Let's try. Okay. Chatting with you about those other things then. At least the sculptures. Don't know if we want to say this here, because then I'm expecting something else like what we saw with the our doctor friend, where we're like, well, yes, we know what it is, but we don't want to tell you what the answer is, because we don't actually know what it is.
Had a look at your
Getting more
sculptures.
pieces, yes.
Lifelike, aren't they?
Mm-hmm. The women especially. Never seen a bust that size on Melitele.
Oh, aye.
They're old.
Fabian's handiwork. I told him, brother, tits like that would crush her back. Whittle them down. He said, nay, they'd sell better this way. Told me to shut me trap. And sell they did. Till one sermon at the temple. And the celebrating reverend said that whoso buys idols from the non-human Myers sins twofold, as a heretic and as a lecher. That was the end of that.
I wonder if that's what set someone off. Made them ultimately want to track this person down and take them out. Huh. Again, Pastodi, we know, is part of the church. So that would seem to point toward him, but... And again, this just seems awfully strong. So I don't know if we can back out of it after selecting this option, so I'm hesitant to do so. Like, if we could come back here after we've collected more information from other locations and be like, yes, now we know what the answer is. I feel like that would be better.
We've talked enough. Won't learn anything else here. Take care.
But I don't think we want to make any bold claims just yet. Hoping that we'll be able to get back in here afterward. These doors will remain open. If in fact we do find out more information and we do want to brag about it to him. Okay, so the other things we can do, let's take a look. Investigate the alley. I think we do that next. And that is which one? That's straight ahead, basically? Okay. Over here. That's not far away. Okay. There's this lady who's just chilling over there, and
Hey, handsome.
Whistling Wendy. I don't trust you for a second. Also, obviously there's a scent there. Do we check out the scent first, or do we try talking to Whistling Wendy? I think we investigate first.
A brazier. This time of year?
Okay, don't really know what to make of that, but...
Human. Priscilla's.
But wait, she's going. Hold on. What are you doing?
Grab him!
What? What? Hold on. What? Is this just a trap all along? This is an awfully strong townsman. Level 16, poor townsman? Actually, kind of tough. I mean, it's no match for us, of course. Well, don't you even think about trying to throw a punch at us. I'll get you good.
Shut up and fight.
Actually, I rarely try to do the heavy punches against people. Can those break through their guard? If they're blocking like that? Can we break through it with a heavy punch? I don't know. Okay, one down. So yeah, I feel like might have missed a little bit of an explanation here. This just seems like a trap that Whistling Wendy set up for us. Wonder if this, I mean, is this the kind of thing that it was meant to be, the type of trap?
You got me too, huh?
What?
Up
Hold
your
on.
ass, deviant. Hoes can fight back.
That was what
Calm down.
Priscilla
I'm
fell
not gonna
for?
hurt you. What are you doing here?
Getting vengeance. Well, why are you staring? Have you not heard killers always return to the scene of their crime?
So you think we were the killer
Give
then?
him a warm welcome for Priscilla. Almost did her in, the whole son.
I know. Here to look for clues and find anyone who might know something.
Fear I can't help you much. But I can tell you what I know.
Okay. Yeah, you seem awfully close to Priscilla.
You and Priscilla friends?
Friends? Nah. But she saw more than a stupid whore in me. Treated me with respect. It mattered. I was looking to give up whoring. Pick up a decent trade. But none would take me. Not as a washerwoman, nor a servant, nor a cook. Felt like a leper, I did. But Priscilla, she was different. Agreed to put me in her play, you see. Lots of the other actors, they were afraid on account of her jesting about the eternal fire. Whistling Wendy on stage, can you imagine it? Well, dream's gone now. I'm back to working street corners.
Sorry to hear that.
You could do worse as work goes. Or so I tell myself.
Okay. Priscilla was a potential employer, and no one else was willing to give you a chance. She wasn't the sole victim.
Priscilla wasn't the sole victim. You aware of that?
Oh, dearie. Course I was. This didn't start yesterday. Others have died like this before. Beggars, street girls, orphans. But who'd have a drama concern about them? Human rubbish. It's what the guards call us.
Recall any names?
They didn't have proper ones. Baldy, curly, buns. That's what folk called them. No friends, no families. Their bodies were burned long ago.
Okay, that's not that helpful. I mean, it is peculiar to find you at the scene of the crime like this. When, sure, you did have a connection to Priscilla, though I'd argue perhaps not a terribly strong one. You know, if you were coming here where you were expecting a murderer to return, then, you know, you're basically risking your life. That seems like a strange thing to do for... I mean, yeah, someone giving you an opportunity when no one else seemingly would, but still? It's not like she was
Take care now.
family.
I gotta look around some more. Appreciate it if you didn't disturb me.
Naturally, we'll stand aside, behave. But do tell us if you find anything else here.
Yeah, also, if you could not have your friends try to beat us up, that'd also be great. Okay, there is more stuff here.
Man's footprint. The murderer's maybe. Weight on his heel. Took a step back.
What? Is that all the evidence we need for some reason? No new information here other than just saying that that might have been the last thing for us to do on this occasion. I mean, there's
A brazier.
still... no, not
This
that.
time of year?
Still the scent for us to follow. Oh, and there's more footsteps over there. Okay. Let's look at this first.
Brazier. This time of year?
No, it's not what I'm trying to examine, Carol. This is what I'm
I
trying
know
to
that
examine.
smell. Formaldehyde.
More formaldehyde. Okay.
Murderer
footsteps.
fled before the guards arrived. Ran this way.
Oh. There is a door here? Question mark? Maybe that's on the other side? What is this? Concerned citizen sermon? We saw one of these before. It is definitely religiously affiliated in some way, shape, or
Trail
form.
ends here. Strange. Even I couldn't jump this wall.
Not a human? Question mark? I wonder. If it's not a human, then what would it be? Let's, I was going to read the note that we just got, but I suspect that it's the same type of thing that we saw in the previous location. Let's check it out, though, just to be certain. So, right here, right? Yeah. Remember, good people, the light cast by the fire dispels every darkness, reveals each lie, exposes every unworthy and debauched soul. Not even shape-shifting Dopplers can hide from its light. Feeling like you yourself might be a shape-shifting Doppler? Not even witches and sorceresses, so adept at fooling the common folk. Not the loose women who walk the street and fog men's minds with their charms. Abandon then the treacherous and immoral magic arcane. Cover your bodies in modesty and provoke no unclean thoughts, and the eternal fire will expose for you all monsters and sinners, or else burn you, too, in its flames. I mean, it appears to be this concerned citizen, right? This really preachy citizen. Hence why it seems like it is at least somewhat religiously motivated, but given how Carrot was saying that this did not seem like a human could jump that, seems like, well, yeah, the concerned citizen is not a human, and perhaps a bit of a hypocrite in that case, covering for themselves by, well, making sure that they are, like, if they're a Doppler, then they're probably taking the shape of a human, pretending to be such. But can Dopplers, like, if a Doppler, like, transforms into, wait, what is it? Huh? Concerned Citizen's Sermon? Again? Is not in one of the other locations. Remember, dear people, that a fire once lit cannot be stopped, that it consumes everything in its path, and only ceases to rage once all has been turned to ash. Men cannot flee this element, and if they bow before it, if they let it into their hearts, they too turn to ash. Search then your consciousness, and live in accordance with the church's dictate, with the church's dictates, before the time for penance has passed. Strange. I mean, there was certainly a chance that we would not have come across that at all. That was not on one of the marked locations. Fortunate in a way. Careful. Don't sneeze when you're using a tool like that. Yeah, maybe once we get all of them, if there is another one in this location here.
Oi, Witcher! Coroner wants to see you. Been another victim.
Okay.
Told me to say the main door will be open for you. You ought to come as soon as you can.
Alright. Well, don't push us. So find the corpse collector. Well, there's definitely some dead people here. Many dead people, in fact. And I don't think we can steal this stuff here when you're giving us that evil eye. Oh, well, I mean, you're right there.
You, Eustace, the corpse collector?
Aye? How'd you know?
Fourth sense, I think it is. You bring Fabian Meyer's body
Are we
to the
technically
morgue.
supposed to look at the other location first?
Oh, yeah, I remember. No eyes, no heart, one of them, right? No purse neither, as I recall.
You saying you robbed these people?
One of them? So there have been other bodies like that?
Sure have. Beggars, street urchins, and street walkers. One went so portly, I had to cut her into pieces to fit her in me wheelbarrow. Slippery sow, they called her, on account of her.
Some things are best left unsaid. What happened to the pieces?
What do you mean? Reverend Nathaniel ordered them burned. Every last one. Oh, shame that was.
Shame?
Covering his
Why?
tracks?
Actually, never mind. Another thing that's best left unsaid.
You searched all of these people? Who is him?
Search Fabian's
Oh,
body.
Fabian specifically.
Whoa. I cast an eye in his pockets. Made sure nothing went to waste.
I call a spade a spade. You rob corpses.
And I call a prick a prick. It's none of your fucking concern. What, you a tax collector? Piss off, mutant.
So yeah, presumably you have some inside information based on what you found there. So we can bribe him or we can mind control him. Or just say, I advise you not to piss me off. So, who is nearby? Are there any witch hunters? There's a guard. Though I'm not sure the guard would take issue with us using mind control. Let's try it.
Talk. What did you find on him?
I as you wish. Triflings, baubles, glass-beaded ring, handful of coins, and a letter.
Oh?
Vellum, quality parchment that. I'll wipe off the writing and sell it as new.
That's
Is it another
human
one of
skin.
those? Oh.
Priscilla. Next victim's name. If you'd given this to the right person, she might not have been hurt.
What the fuck do I care what happens to some Priscilla? We short of wenches in this town.
Okay, so yeah, clearly that was, that's a pretty terrible thing to say. That is a person who just got attacked and nearly killed. He probably, you know, should do something to make sure that that doesn't happen. So, get out of my sight.
Get out of my sight. Now.
Okay, talk to the coroner, who's theoretically not far away. Is there anything else for us to do here? Was this the building that they said was actually going to be unlocked for us? Well, I guess we just talk to the coroner now. Still don't have a great sense as to what's tying all these things together. Some relatively loose threads, but no clear connection. Like, yes, definitely a lot of religious components.
Welcome, Master Witcher.
Oh, this is the place where you're saying we can go in. This is the section. Okay, so let's save here. Okay, and this looks like the building where we were in before. Yeah. So let's find our person. Alright, Hubert.
Geralt, right? I'm glad you're here. Held off on the autopsy till you arrived.
Nice of you, especially given you didn't seem pleased about my previous visit.
Because you came unannounced and in unfortunate company. I also had Reverend Nathaniel to contend with. Our spiritual caretaker has left the city on some important matter.
Oh?
And I know who you are, what drives you. I'm more than happy to aid your investigation.
Is that so? You and Nathaniel don't get along? I mean, there's a lot of questions we have for you, for sure. Still, I don't get this guy just yet. Don't really get him.
Not fond of Nathaniel?
Very few
Where
people
do you stand?
are. He's cruel and capricious. He stormed in here once, grabbed a scalpel I was sterilizing over a burner, sliced my back with it to the bone, because I had forgotten to lock the storeroom. Hard to be fond of someone like that, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, that's pretty harsh, I'd say. That's pretty terrible. No joke. Who's the victim this time?
Who's the victim this time?
Joris Aquinas, a lecturer in theology at Oxenfurt Academy.
Theology, okay.
Found this
Perhaps another
morning at
religious
his home
component
on
to
a
this?
catafalque made of his books.
Any titles in particular?
It seems all the tomes dealt with the eternal fire.
Mm-hmm.
Treatises critical of the faith's doctrines.
Yeah, mortal sin in Novigrad.
Okay. The killer is very clearly a staunch supporter of the Eternal Fire. That much we know. That's almost the only thing we can say for certain, other than we have reason to believe that they are probably not a human.
Von Gratz told me all about you.
Ah, doubtless you've heard how I had the noble leader of the student protesters thrown in prison. But did you hear the protests were far from peaceful? Or did he neglect to mention it?
Other thing that
People
comes to
were
mind,
dying, Witcher. Those who rejected liberty,
You might not be
equality,
human.
and fraternity
You
would
haven't
be found
aged in
the
30
gutter
years.
come morning. Their throats slit from ear to ear with surgical precision.
which does
Joachim had
perhaps
been my favorite
increase my
student,
suspicion
but-
of you.
Alas, I had to do something. So I reported him. Then I left the university and found work in the morgue, where none care about my past. Whereas Joachim, oh, fate's ironies. Years later, he was appointed head of the very ward I had founded.
Huh. Look a little young to be Von Gratz's teacher. It is true, and we saw Von Gratz was also saying, hey, you haven't aged in a long time. So this is it's a little bit confrontational. It seems like he's probably trying to keep some secrets here. But at the same time, yeah, basically, do we call him out for him not being totally honest and upfront with us? Or do we just roll with it, let it slide, and then get on his good side and see if he can give us more information first? Because we do this, and I think he will likely get mad at us. And at the moment, he seems to be willing and cooperative, which could be very useful, but I am suspicious of him. I'm definitely suspicious of him. So, the question is, when do we let it be known that we are suspicious of him? Do we do it right now, or do we get clever and try to have our cake and eat it too, and get him to help us out, and then accuse him, or, well, not to say accuse him. I don't necessarily think he's the murderer per se, but I mean, he's not human. Or at least we think he might not be. And we think that the murderer might also not be human. And so, I mean, that is a tie. And then you certainly have special privileges as the coroner that would assist you in being able to at least be an accomplice, if not the murderer yourself. So, there are some things that are pointing in your direction here. Let's try to play it cool for a little while longer, and then see if on another occasion we have another opportunity to call him out like this. I worry a bit that we will just miss that opportunity altogether if we go this route here.
Choosing the lesser evil can be hard at times. Happen to know a thing or two about that.
In that respect, this work has its benefits. I couldn't possibly hurt anyone here if I tried.
That is exactly what a killer would say. Sure thing, buddy. Sure thing. Let's start the autopsy.
Start.
Gladly. The wounds conform to the killer's modus operandi. The victim was bound and forced to drink formaldehyde.
Yep.
Next,
we know
the
that.
killer removed the
That's
eyes,
a big thing.
placed burning coals in the sockets, then opened
Saw
the
that.
rib cage and...
With other people?
What's this? A parchment. Made of human skin.
Announcing the
A
next
message
victim.
from the murderer. The name of his next victim.
Yep. We should read that.
Patricia Vegelbud.
Do you know her?
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Even went to her estate once with...
Twice, actually.
Gotta find her, now.
Okay. I am curious what else we've learned about you, because, as I said, I am suspicious of you, Hubert. Hubert. What do we know? Hubert. Hubert. Turned out that Hubert had once been von Gratz's teacher and mentor. Yet when von Gratz's involvement in the student movement led to bloodshed, Hubert felt he had no choice but to denounce his advisee in order to avoid an escalation of violence. Hubert proposed to help the Witcher perform an autopsy on the serial killer's latest victim, which revealed valuable new clues. Okay. Unfortunately, I do think we need to run to save the potential next victim. So, let's see what this says. Just Patricia Vegelbud, and it does say concerned citizen. So, yeah, if we had any question as to whether the concerned citizen was the one making the murders, then, well, I think that is basically your answer right there. And so, we're probably going to want to go to closest fast travel spot and beam ourselves up Scotty, the Vegelbud residence. However, if we could make a point of, like, killing some stuff first, that'd be great. Because we are, I think, still pretty full on our inventory.
Hey, you! Yes, you!
What, on the brain? Yes, we do. That is correct. It is raining.
Well, pauper with a library. Imagine that. Vile time.
Hold on, where is this actually sending us right now? I don't really want to walk our way over there. I was kind of thinking we'd walk into Hierarch Square, sell some things, and then teleport over to, like, go in the opposite direction, basically. I think that might be preferable. Also, not gonna lie, I heard them talking about the Eternal Fire. I was like, oh, it's you. It must be you. Nah, that's pretty common around here. See if there are any other notes that happen to get dropped or something like that, though.
Elven blood, eh?
so that's a fast travel spot we'll use, but I want to try to offload some things first, because I think we're still... we did sell a lot of our saddles, so I suppose it's not nearly as urgent as I might have anticipated it would be. Like, do we have any junk weapons? Yeah, we have some junk weapons we could sell. I think that would free up a fair bit of inventory space. We probably should do while we're over here. So let's do that, and then we'll head over. You know, it's not like this person is about to get murdered, and we're the only person that can save them. And so us delaying is perhaps going to be a matter of life and death. And the person that I was hoping would be here is not here, so we like have to sleep it off and pass some time in order for them to show up. Alright, fine. We won't do that. We'll head over, save the Vanglebuds again. Seriously, they owe us big time. Not to mention, I mean, we have a bunch of guards here. Are they not enough? Like 4 guards just chilling over here and 4 more over here. Is one of the guards the killer? Let's save here. Just don't except like actually save. Just in case something goes horrendously wrong. And the Vanglebuds die. And we need to speak to you.
What do you
get
want?
To save Patricia Vangelbud.
Need to talk to Patricia Vegelbud.
You think any bum off the street can...
Her life's in danger. Let me in or have her blood on your hands.
If you thought this up, and I'll let you in, I'll throw my ass out the door.
Always thought a guard was supposed to protect his charge, not his ass.
So be it. I'll take you to Lady Vegelbud. Just no trickery. Understand?
Understood.
Oh, Geralt, what a pleasant surprise.
Not
Hello.
pleasant at all. I gotta see her
Run.
mother. Her life's in danger.
In danger? Come now, I saw Mother this morning. She seemed sad, true, but in perfect health.
There's no time to explain. We should probably try to give you a little bit of it
I'm hunting a
context.
serial killer, and I've got reason to
I
believe
mean, it could
your
be
mother will
you,
his next
for all we
victim.
know. But
Why, even if it's true, our gods.
He's exceptionally cruel when he kills, tortures his victims, cuts out their hearts. So let's see how she is, just in case.
I find this all very hard to believe, but you appear to be quite serious.
yeah,
Please, follow
you know,
me.
hoping we didn't just like tell the murderer that we're coming to
A fire
stop
fit
them.
for Bellatane, except it's the wrong time of year.
I mentioned Mother seemed sad. Do you remember? In fact, she's in the midst
what?
of a crisis of faith. A rather serious one. We'd been to
Maybe.
Novigrad. Mother had seen the pyres in Hierarch Square, uttered not a word on our way home.
It's
She
definitely
had
not
all
a
the
coincidence.
holy books, insignias, reliquaries gathered, taken outside and burnt. Then she locked herself in her room.
We need to hurry.
Okay, let's run. That way. Actually, don't think we've been inside yet. So I know we need to hurry, but like, we've been outside a lot in this area. Not gotten the chance yet to loot the inside though. So like, I know her life is in danger and everything, and time is absolutely of the essence, but also, this might be our only opportunity to pick up our 20th copy of the Chronicles of Redania. So, it can wait. Okay? It can wait. We could also sell our books to the bookkeeper in... Oh, that's locked. In Novigrad. Okay, I'm not sure there's anything else over here, though. For rich people, you don't have the best of loot hanging around in your house. Unless you're hiding it all right here. I know that mug is not really what I had in mind. See, I was thinking something like a valuable metal of some sort.
Calm and quiet. All seems to be in order.
We should
Hold
go
on.
in, just to be sure.
You're relentless, aren't you? Fine. But wait here, please. Mother's certainly not in the mood for guests.
What makes you say that? Girl's like, I no longer trust you. Yup.
He ran out the other door! Catch him!
Oh dear. Ran out the other door. Over here, apparently. Guard dogs. Oh, really? Guard dogs, you are attacking the wrong person.
Spread out! Murderer's still here!
Okay. He's where? Around this way? I swear, if we need to chase him through the maze, I'm not gonna be pleased. Oh, really? Guys, you're looking for the wrong person. Do I really need to fight you all? Do I really need to do this? I don't want to do this.
There he is! Get him!
So we're getting framed for this, basically? I'd like to chase the murderer, not fight guards who are going after the wrong person. Kind of not what I had in mind. Has he escaped because we delayed? I feel like he has. Or the Witcher has crashed. I'm looking at a black screen.
Halt! For I put a bolt between your eyes!
Listen, you got the wrong guy.
I feel like we should have chased him and not stuck around to fight.
Killer's already escaped.
Darn it.
Lead the way, hero.
Not happy about that. Did not want to do that. Deliberately ran past the dogs for that reason, but should have done the same for the guards there.
Crossbow before you hurt yourself. This man is innocent.
Forgive me. I saw him running. Thought it was the killer fleeing.
I was chasing him, and I'd have caught him if you hadn't gotten in my way.
Out of my sight, at once. Mother, why did he do this to her? Why?
So, I mean, that's probably the reason. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty nothing answer. I mean, it does seem as though everyone that we've seen that they've tried to murder has said something bad about the Church of the Eternal Fire, the Eternal Fire in general. Don't really know if Priscilla did that, but everyone else did. And clearly they're, like we said, very preachy. That does seem to clearly be the tie.
Eternal Fire, only thing that ties her to the other victims. Ingrid, I know this is a hard time for you, but usually the killer leaves a note on the body, a note indicating his next victim. May I?
Very well. But you should be on your own. I do not wish to see her in this state. I do not wish to remember her like that. And let her be the last victim.
Didn't want her to be a victim. But you were all like, oh no, everything's all fine and dandy. We don't need to check in on her. Okay, well, so this might get blurred a
broken
bit.
fingernails. She defended herself. Must be why it took him longer, and why he almost got caught.
Yoinks.
Here it is. Sweet Nettie, crippled Kate's. Growing bolder, not just the name, but the place too.
I mean,
Won't get away this time.
taking out the Nagelbloods was pretty clear you were going to do that at their estate, right? That the location wasn't really much of a question. So, let's just ignore the dead body, and we'll take the candy instead.
Another empty formaldehyde bottle.
Yes, every time. Sure. But that just doesn't seem like it's, not much we can do with that, I don't think. Okay, so, like... Another sermon. Remember, good people, that the fire devours everything in its path, sparing no one and stopping for nothing. Fire burns all sinners alike, be they paupers or princes, men or non-humans, weak or powerful. Whoever breaks its commandments, whoever does not heed the church's counsel, whoever worships false gods, the same shall be turned to ash in its flame. Live then in the truth of the eternal fire. Listen to its holy men, for they are your shepherd. Alright.
Same wounds as the previous victims. Examination would be a waste of time. Gotta get to crippled Kate's, fast.
Okay. This time, we will try to, well, beat them to the punch, except, well, after we loot that stuff there. Okay. Now I think we've looted everything here. Let's head out. Those locked doors, don't think we're exactly getting a key anytime soon. Part of me wonders if, like, maybe it's even possible to prevent her from dying if you are super speedy and make a point of not chatting it up with people. Maybe that's possible. Don't know what would have happened if we had made a point of chasing down the killer and instead of getting distracted by the guards. My guess is basically there's like a hidden little timer there in that mission. Of course, we didn't see anything ticking down, but that basically was like, hey, if you take this amount of time or let the killer get this far away, then they have escaped. Roach is over there at the wheat fields? Oh, Roach. I'm sorry. I think that happens a lot when we go into Novigrad because we can't bring Roach in. I don't think. I don't think we've ever actually tried just riding Roach straight in. I think we've tried summoning Roach, and the game will not let us do that. And that is our quest marker, not the fast travel location. But actually riding Roach directly in, don't know if we've given that a shot yet. Okay.
You should not have come to the city again.
Herbalist, we'll sell things to you on a later occasion. I would like to do that at some point in the not-so-distant future, but we have more pressing matters to attend to. Would rather not have more people die because of this person here. The Sweet Nettie, is that the person who is the owner of Crippled Cates? Because we've spoken to you on a few occasions, I think. Seems like another occasion in which we probably do want to save. Okay, is it this door? Is it the other door? Okay.
Sweet Nettie, where is she?
Upstairs. But she's with a very important client. Do not disturb.
Is that so? That very important client is probably the person we are looking for.
Any needs, master?
I'd give you a discount for heroic deeds.
On top of me.
Where are you?
Whoa!
Over
Who
here?
do you think you are?
Hey, handsome.
Hold on. No, up higher. Another floor.
Who do you think
Okay.
you are?
Over here. Pastodi?
No one will hear
I
you,
think
bitch.
so.
Not a soul.
Oh, and this is
You
gonna get
though,
blurred.
whole town will hear you in a minute.
I called
Yet again,
it.
you disturb me, and I so dislike being disturbed. I was to play with sweet Nettie, render her not so sweet, but I shall see to you first.
First gotta know why.
First,
Give us an
gotta tell me
explanation.
why you do it.
For pleasure, satisfaction.
Figured you might say something like that, unfortunately.
Achievable
You are a
with horrors
terrible
in a lot of
scum of a
ways,
human
many
being.
Traditional. Doesn't take killing them. Trust me.
Who said anything about killing? I could stop at a few burns. 3rd degree, but still. This rosy skin will roast quite well.
Yeah, no, you go much further than that.
Spare me your lies. I've seen your victims. I know how they end. You don't stop. Not unless someone gets in your way. Like I'm doing now.
What the fuck are you on about?
Murder. You killed Fabian Meyer, Patricia Vegelbud, and many others.
Bollocks. You're mistaken, vagrant.
Really? Is that so? So, who left the letter, in that case?
Found a message on Patricia's body. Led me here to Crippled Cates. To Sweet Nettie.
Is it your friend, the coroner?
Who did?
I don't know, but I see we must talk. Calmly.
Who knew you'd be here?
Strangely enough, I don't announce these outings far and wide. There's but one man who...
The coroner.
He treats even corpses with kid gloves.
The coroner. Said you were busy.
What
You
did
wouldn't visit
I
the
say?
morgue. Gotta go after him.
I called
To
it.
Warehouse 12 at
The
docks.
two of them.
He's there this time of day.
He's the
procuring supplies.
accomplice.
Formaldehyde. I shall stay here. I've unfinished business with Sweet Nettie. After all, I paid in advance.
Excuse me? We're not gonna let you do that. Gerald. Leave her alone. When you're
Untie her.
absolutely
Drop
not
your
gonna do
coin
that.
pouch on the table. Then leave here and never come back.
Yes, I will.
Good boy.
Okay, Pastodi, just... That means you're supposed to walk away now. It means, like, go. Like, scram.